You ever get that feeling that there's something more to reality? Something just lurking at the edges of what we can see or name, like a kind of silent hum beneath all the noise of everyday life? Well, today we're going to explore that exact feeling, a concept the source material calls antimusic.
In this quote, it just nails it, right? Something I haven't yet learned to name. We've all been there. It's like that word on the tip of your tongue, but instead of just one word, it's a whole different way of seeing the world, just waiting for us to find it.
So to really get a handle on this something, we have to look at two big forces that shape our world. First, there's what the source calls music. That's the reality we know, the one we understand. And then, there's its mysterious counterpart, anti-music.
Okay, so before we can dive into the unknown, we've got to ground ourselves in the known. Let's start with music. And just to be clear, in this context, we're not talking about tunes on the radio. Music is the whole framework, language, science, rules, that gives our world some kind of structure and meaning.
Yeah, check out how music works. It organizes, it names, it puts everything in neat little boxes. It's what helps us build connections and feel like we belong. It even structures our sense of time. Honestly, it's kind of like the operating system for our reality.
Let's break that down even more. Looking at the music column, you can see what it's all about. It's the system we know, right? It's how we spot patterns. It gives us maps, directions, and because of all that, it gives us comfort. It's everything that feels familiar and safe.
But what about all the stuff that doesn't fit? You know, the weird feelings, the strange coincidences, the things that just defy an easy explanation. Well, that's where we find the heart of this whole idea, anti-music. And as you're about to see, it's not some scary monster. It's actually a pretty amazing invitation.
And this right here is the key. Anti-music isn't the opposite of music. It's not about chaos or destruction, not at all. Instead, it's a force that's gently nudging us, inviting us to peek beyond the edges of our maps. You could say it's the voice of pure, raw curiosity. Its core message is this simple, powerful invitation: come see what doesn't exist. It's a call to adventure, really, a call to explore territories of thought and feeling that our current reality hasn't even dreamed of yet.
Now let's go back to our chart and watch what happens when we fill in the other side. Boom! It completes the whole picture. Where music is the system we know, anti-music is that sublime feeling that we just can't put into words. Where music spots patterns, anti-music is the beautiful, incomprehensible thing we're drawn to. It turns a scary abyss into something fascinating and being a stranger into a thrilling adventure.
So we've got these two huge forces, the known on one side, the unknown on the other. But here's the thing, they aren't totally separate. There's this dynamic, buzzing, creative space that exists right between them. Let's call it the field. This field, it's not some empty no man's land, far from it. Think of it more like fertile soil, a place where new ideas, new feelings, and totally new ways of being can start to grow. It's the space of pure potential.
The way the source describes this field is just beautiful. It says that here, between music and anti-music, is a field where the unheard insists. I love that. It doesn't just sit there waiting to be discovered, it's actively pushing, trying to get our attention.
And that energy just keeps building. The unheard doesn't just insist, it overflows. It starts spilling past the boundaries of what we think we know, refusing to be contained by our old definitions.
And finally, my favorite one, it conspires. What a word. It's like all these unheard things, these new possibilities, are actively working together, plotting to create new realities. It's a force for change. So, how do we actually feel this? It's not just an idea in your head. The source calls it vibrations my body intuits without understanding. It's a gut feeling. And right there, in that moment of not understanding, that's when we reconnect to something deeper.
This whole way of thinking leads to this really powerful, practical question we can ask ourselves every single day. Every time you think you finally figured something out, the spirit of anti-music whispers, okay, but what was left out? Because if you think about it, the moment you understand something, you also limit it. You've chosen one path. Every definition we create, as the source says, closes secret doors to all the other things it could have been. Anti-music is just that little nudge to keep checking for those other doors.
So, are these two things at war with each other? Not at all. Actually, they represent two really essential forms of gratitude. Music is being grateful for what we can recognize, for the comfort of the familiar. And anti-music, that's gratitude for the mystery, for the endless possibilities we haven't discovered yet.
In the end, they aren't in conflict. They live together, in the same space, at the same time. Every single thing we experience is made of both, the part we can understand and name, and its great, mysterious, silent beyond. So the real question anti-music leaves us with is, how much time do we spend listening to both?